this big tree is dead on top, so might as well take it down, cut it at the base, and then I'm going to push it up over in that direction so it doesn't hit anything important, because I got my sawmill up and behind the excavator here, and got my greenhouse over there, so let's do this the safest way possible, right? We got the big Husky 2100 out here. It's usually pretty easy to start, but we'll see today. There she goes. If I come through at the 9 mark, it should take a skin off it. I'm going to try to get an 8x8 out of this, so see what happens. I gotta change that blade, it's not cutting very nice. On the plus side, these things are pretty easy to work on. Changing the blades isn't a bad thing. Or a burden. It's a weird time of year. It was 0 degrees this morning. Now I'm sweating in my t-shirt. But to replace the blade, you just loosen the tension. And then it's as simple as grabbing and pulling it off. You can get those resharpened. So if one day ever comes that I want to resharpen them, I can. The only trick to getting it back on is just making sure you go into this plastic thing on the left side here, the blade guide. Blade guard guide. Get it around there. And then get it around here. In between your blade guides again. And then you can tighten your screw. There, look at that. It's already tracking better. Wow, there's lots of pinch points in here, people. It's done. few cuts. My first 8x8 cut. I'm pretty happy with that. I just got to do that to all of those. Those are all going to have to get cut to length as I go. And there's some really twisty pieces I'm going to do my darndest to make work. Hopefully I can get 8x8s out of them. If I can get, I think I need something like 11 or 12 of these between 10 and 12 foot lengths. If I can get all of these done today, I'm going to be so tickled, because then I can put my roofs up. We'll let that warm up for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna move this log and grab one of those. So this should be 22 feet long and a bit, so I should be able to get one 12-foot section, which that is, that I'll get my 8x8 from, and then whatever else I can get out of it. So it's 22 and 2 inches, so I don't have a lot to spare, so we're going to cut that at 12 foot 1 inch. Okay, I got my beams milled. I got enough 8x8s, I think, to put my roof up. As usual, the mill was awesome. No issues at all. Here they are. I got 10 of them ready. Hopefully I can get those posts treated tomorrow. So in typical Canadian redneck fashion here, I've got used motor oil. I've got a post. I'm just trying to figure out how to get it on there. I might have to go to town and buy a paintbrush, but I gotta try something to see if I can get it coated. This way they can go in the ground and be safe, not rot away. So I was gonna fill this bottle and just try to squirt it on, but I went looking and I found a wash brush that I've never used. Looks brand new. It's either a trip to town, 10 bucks in fuel, 15 bucks in fuel to buy a $15 paintbrush, or sacrifice something I've never used before. So there, it's now my paintbrush. Look at that. Let's see how painting this on goes. Now this is just straight motor oil. I might want to mix it with diesel yet. But this as a paintbrush works like a charm. Look at that. That's so efficient. One dunk and it's still saturated enough to get in all the nooks and crannies. Oh man, this was a great idea. Well, as they say, all good things take time, so I guess I'm forced just to wait. I think this is going to work fine. I have a ridiculous amount of tires over there. If I just line up the tires and line up the logs, go around and paint them all, I guess. It is what it is. It's going to take me some time, but hopefully they'll last forever. And I'm probably going to put a squirt of diesel in there. I don't have much in the tidy tank. I'm not going to bother filling it, but I'll put some diesel in there too. That'll thin it out and help it absorb into the log. I was wondering if that was going to sit down on there. Unbelievable. I found a pail of, it's actually old gasoline. It smells like old purple gasoline, so that'll be fine in here as well. I'm going to dump probably all of this oil in here. I'll add a bunch of diesel to the mix. And that's diesel at $2 a liter in a pail, literally wasted. And I'm so cheap that that's probably enough. I guess it's still cheaper than the 90 bucks a gallon they want for the proper stuff, right? That's so cool the way it like sucks into the wood. See that, how it like sucks right in there? There. I can tell that's better with the gas and oil and diesel in it. I feel like I'm making a log house with this kind of setup. It's pretty fun. Curious to cut into one of these and see how deep this is actually soaked. So I'm going to move those. I'm going to move those three over here as well, but that gives me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Cool. That gives me lots. Okay, there's all 11. stacked up in a row. I don't really have a rhyme or reason on which ones are going to go in first or last. The reason I only painted halfway, or the 4 feet up in the ground, is because I don't want to be dealing with this oily, diesel-y mess on my hands. So we decided to do that way, and big stack of lumber over there. Those are just my big beams. So my plan now is just to put these in the ground, put those on top, screw everything together, and then put those trusses on top. So that's my plan. It is 4 o'clock. Well, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's getting dark at like 5:30 now. So I don't know if I want to drill a hole and put one of these in the ground today. I don't think so, because I want to let this stuff soak in a little bit and maybe give it another application tomorrow. I think I want to do more than just coat them once and stick them straight in the ground. So maybe I'll be patient for an extra day. I'm working tomorrow, so I won't be on the shop. That'll give it tomorrow to soak in. Yeah, you know what, I'm working tomorrow anyways. No point just getting 2 or 3 in the ground and running out of time again. Then it rains and I'm back to square one. So we'll say goodnight to this project. We'll be back soon. Well, I wasn't sure if I was even going to get this far, so I didn't have my camera up here, but I decided to drill a hole and put the first log in the ground. This one's been oiled for about a week. I've got it level. I'm just going to backfill it here and it should stay put. Yeah, I don't really have much to say. I've got the trunk vertical. It's got a little torp at the top. I'm not too concerned about it because I'll be able to push and pull it into place. And the frame's going to be made out of those 8x8s over there anyways. Yeah, it's up there. I've got this 15-pound or 20-pound steel bar that I'm going to use to drive in here and help compact it. That's already way more secure. You can see how far down that's going. If I wasn't doing this, all of this dirt would just stay up top. And there'd be a big hollow spot down below. We don't want a hollow spot. So I'm going to do this for an hour and see if I can get this backfilled, because as typical Mike fashion goes, there's a rainstorm coming. But if I get this backfilled and get it sloped away from the post, I shouldn't have any water issues with it. So let's try it. Okay, look at this. I've got it backfilled maybe 2 feet at most. There's still 2 feet to go. That's 18 feet in the air. And like, I can hardly wiggle this. I have very high hopes. Look at this. I'm not reefing on it, but it's already secure. Look at that. Once I get that filled all the way in, I don't think I'll move that. There's still some wet clay in here from when I dug these holes the first time. Trying to keep that out. This part's going to be so time consuming, but I think it's going to be so worth it. That's so solid, I love it. I'm just going to keep doing this till I'm out of breath, and then probably pack out the plate tamper. Okay, that's pull number 1 done. I apologize if I didn't document that well enough. This was kind of a spur of the moment thing at the end of the day that I thought maybe I could get in the ground. It's lining up pretty nicely with my holes along the edge there. Same along here. The poles are all different size, so this one's inset just a little bit, but with the bigger poles I don't think it's going to be a problem. But like it's so stable. That might be moving an inch at the top, and it's not moving at all at the bottom, so I'm pretty happy. This rainstorm has held off just long enough for me to get this done. Yeah, that's rock hard. It's nice. It's all clay around here, so you pack it once and the water runs off it. I've got this ditch down the sides. The water keeps going. I'm pretty happy with today's progress. I know for a fact that water's not going to soak into that, so I'm very happy. It's probably getting dark on the camera here anyways, so I'm going to call it a night, and I'll see you next time I'm doing this shop work. Another day, another forecasted thunderstorm, so we're putting more poles in the ground one at a time. This hole went pretty smooth actually. Let's see how getting the post in goes. Okay, logs in place. I did forget to measure that for depth, but we should be all right. I'll double check before I put it in the hole. I lost my phone in an ice fishing hole last winter. I don't want to lose it down one of these. I'm not an expert, but that looks like 2 poles in the ground. So this one, like the other one, oh yeah, that's rock. And look at that, they line up pretty much top to bottom pretty well. I'll be yarding them into place when I put the 8x8s on top, so they don't need to be perfect. If I aim for perfection, I'll never get this done. There's some words of wisdom for you. If you aim for perfection, you'll never get it done. So just do it as good as you can. You can see what I was scraping down there. Hopefully that tree fits. The next one, it's a big one. I found a hollow spot in the ground here. I don't want any part of that, so I'm just going to dig this one out with the excavator. The hole did move over a little bit too, so I'll be able to square it back up and get where I want it. Hopefully this doesn't happen to all of this side, but if it does, it's not a giant deal. I don't care. The rest of the holes are all virgin ground. This is just because it turned into a mud pit after that rainstorm, and well, you can see everything's still moist down there, so that doesn't make me happy, but that's why we're going deep in the ground with these. Happy I dug that out, because that got rid of all the soft mud, so I don't need to worry about this one moving now. Let's get the post in. feet on the nose, and it's like 11 on that side because that's closer. So vary that, I guess. That's 3 poles in the ground. Pretty happy with that, I guess. Oh yeah, most solid one yet, funny enough. And now I know at least that hollow that was under the ground is definitely gone. There's a good chance it's going along the rest of the ways, but we won't know until we drill holes. It's been a few hours since I've been out here, so I'm gonna go eat lunch and then come back and see what else I can get done out here. This rainstorm might be here actually though. The wind's starting to change and the clouds are starting to look different. I don't know how much more I'll get done, but I've got 3 poles in the ground now, so I'm pretty happy. 3 out of 11 so far. Liking my progress. It's 4 done. This one I almost had to dig with the excavator. It was like 16 inches at the base, and I've only got a 12-inch auger. This one here is probably going to get excavated, because if you look at the end of the one that I need to put in there, it's going to be this one or that one. They're going to be huge. They're like 18 inches or so. Unless I can do this with the auger bit like I did. Maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe that'll work for me. I don't know. We'll see. The weather's changing again. I don't want to drill a hole with a looming storm. That looks like maybe rain clouds. Maybe we'll give this 5 minutes. I wouldn't mind seeing how long it takes me per pole here, and then I can figure out if I want to put another pole in the ground. Like I said, this is just going to be an excavator one. I can tell already. Which is a shame, but I'll try with the whole auger. It's been working. We'll see. That worked. Oops. did it, guys. All 11 up. I'm going to leave my end wall posts for the end so they're not in my way while I'm putting the trusses up. My next step is going to be getting those up top, getting my my big 8x8s up top. So to do that, I need to make sure all the posts are at the same height. I don't have a laser level. I don't know how I'm going to do that yet. But they're up and I'm really happy about that. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to get up top to cut these. I think I'm going to go up the ladder and use the forks so that I can stand up top and cut these, but I noticed this. And I'm smarter than to crawl up that high when all the pressure of the cylinder is sitting on that one hydraulic line. I don't like heights. I don't want to die. Not that way, especially falling from 18 whatever feet up is not fun. So I'm gonna get that line fixed before I do use this, if I do. Anyways, my goal is putting these up. I don't know exactly when I'm gonna get to that. I've got a few jobs lined up here that's gonna put me off of working on this, but as I'm talking to you, it's October 16th, I think. It's October 18th today. So where I am, the ground's gonna start freezing. I don't want the ground to freeze before my posts are in, so here we are with posts in. 3 center sections here and my end wall. So 1 center section per truss, and then my end wall at this end I'm gonna do afterwards, because if I put posts in the ground now, getting these picked up and put in place is gonna be almost impossible. They're huge, right? They're 40 feet long. And I don't want to fight, and I definitely don't want to have to dodge extra posts, because I just have to come so much farther back this way to make the clearing. Whereas right now, without a end wall, essentially, it gives me lots of room to play. And it doesn't matter, because this is my foundation. They're in the ground 4 feet. What more do you want, right? Okay, I need to try something here. If you know where I'm going with this could get interesting. I'm hoping I can bolt these forks onto this bucket somehow, strap it on, chain it on, whatever, and then I can use my excavator like a big forklift. So let's see if it's easy. Let's see if it's hard. Brand new starter. One-handed excavator. I gotta chain it better, but proof of concept, it's gonna work. Yeah. It's using those as kind of hooks so it can't fall off, and that seemed to work. Yeah, I just need to grab a better setup for chains, because obviously looping them like that just cranks them all loose. But like I said, proof of concept, it's going to work. I'm happy. Not that I wanted to, but I went and spent money. These will be the joists, I guess, between my trusses. Kind of the rafters, I don't know what you actually call them, I'm not a builder. Pieces of wood that are going to hold my tin on. I don't know why you're looking that way, but I pulled the door off the Bobcat. Heavy this is. I think that'll fit. exhilarating. It worked. Scary, sketchy. The forklift's got a pretty bunged up hydraulic line, so I was kind of scared to leave it in the air like that. You do what you gotta do, right? There we are. It was -10 overnight. It's currently -6. And we're gonna give Louise a cold start. We're in neutral. Okay, we're gonna give that a long time to warm up and go get some topsoil for my neighbor and maybe some road crush for myself. I have on what I'm hoping is going to be a perfect floor base for my shop. It's road crush, but it's from a supplier down the street that's doing things a little differently. They're making a nice quality product, so just backing up to where the shop's gonna live, or where the shop lives now, and going to dump it and maybe get a second one. I'm gonna eyeball it, see if it looks like it's enough. If I grab a second one, then maybe that'll give me enough to elevate the floor and get water running off and all that sort of stuff. I'm also thinking it'll give me a good solid surface for concrete in the future. So. See where this sits. So I'm gonna want one load here and then probably another on the other side. They're expensive though. It's frozen, guys. It's winter here. These are good rocks. I don't want to bury them. Be good for a fire pit. I was having a fire here last night in my rim there. It's kind of cool. Worked well. Okay, let's dump this. Maybe go get a second one. It's a pretty good size load, but I'm gonna go get a second one. It's really good stuff. Yeah, look at that, just packing it a few times, how much it condenses. So I'm gonna go grab another one, and then I have lots. lifting because it meets the highway. People are doing 90. This doesn't do 90 fast. But when we have no one coming left, no one coming right, we just pin it. Hope for the best. Asphalt than to have a fully loaded truck drive over it 100 times. Should just go back and forth. Okay, we're just going to put this load right on top of the other one. That'll give me the best chance for dealing with it. Look at that. It's cold out today. It's really cold out. The battery probably died pretty quick on that one, but I got this finished. Trying to start the roller, but it's only running on one cylinder. So packing it's kind of going to be hard. But look at this stuff. It's just awesome. It goes like concrete so fast. Especially if it's cold out and it freezes. But listen to this. So I gotta pull the spark plug on that and see what's going on. And this is the one that's got no spark. I pulled it off earlier. Don't tell me my spark plug socket's not the right size. Okay. You'd think it'd be a little bit warm after trying to run it for 10 minutes, but come on, get out of there, you. Okay, 4 hours later, finally got it out. Ooh. Okay. It's either got no spark or no compression. I'd say it's got compression. You can see it poofing out of there pretty good. Do we have spark? No. It's gonna be hard to see in there, but yeah, it's very faint. It's very faint, so we're gonna clean it with some brake clean. Hey, don't. Lost all that pressure. That's fine. I got the pump up here. Okay, now you never want to hold the spark plug and turn it over unless you got gloves on. But with gloves on, you're usually okay. That spark's better. Maybe now this will run. You'd think it'd try harder with it running so good on one. Come on, you. Okay. Spark plug and... That's just one. And look what we had up here. That actually turned out quite nice. I couldn't see in the dark at all how it looked. Yeah, look at that. It's like concrete already. It probably froze. That's fine. Couple passes with that old girl, and yeah, good enough for now. I've got a laser on order. Big rotary laser level, so once that's here I'll be able to go around and make this perfect. But I'm very happy with how it is. It's -10 again today, guys. I don't plan to stay out here. I have nothing to do. I'm waiting for my laser so I can set my post heights. So I'm gonna go inside and probably put some video together for once, because it's been like a month since I've released a video. I've been so busy working on this. So still working on how to get those up. Not a clue what I'm gonna be doing with that, but yeah, not a lot else going on, just working on the shop. Making firewood stacks when I can. But I don't know. Not a clue where this clip's gonna end up. Louise has been working well. Actually, that's a lie. She's been having battery issues. The alternator's fine. It's just I haven't been working much. It's sat for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks. And I went to start it, batteries were dead. Worked it, and then I went to start it last week and they were dead again. So they'll be good right now because I was running it yesterday, but I might have to put batteries in it if it stays cold and I keep working. I bought this pile of lumber so I can put a roof on the shop. Flat 2x8s. The price kind of came down a little bit up here in Canada, so that was still $2,100 though, $2,150 or whatever. A lot of money for wood when you own a sawmill, but what do you do when you don't have big trees? I haven't taken any jobs to collect trees lately, and I don't want to take down, I've got like 3 of that size. I don't want to take down 3 when I need like 100, so that's fine.